Since 2007, Garage Style Magazine has been the definitive source for car collectors, continually delivering information about automobilia, petroliana, events, and more. To learn more about the annual publication and its new website, be sure to follow them on social media at Garage Style Magazine or log on to www.garagestylemagazine.com. Because after all, what doesn't belong in your garage?
Hello, my name is Gene Ponder, Marshall, Texas. Welcome to the Ponder Collection. This is a 1952 Ferrari Barchetta, which Barchetta in Italian means little boat. These are the cars that just made Enzo Ferrari so famous. Big 12-cylinder Colombo engine. Won almost every race they were entered into. Here we have a 1939 Bugatti Atlantic. Not one of the original three cars. This car was built in the 70s and 80s by a gentleman in Switzerland. He took an older Bugatti SC supercharged chassis engine, took the old ugly body, threw it away, and hand-made this aluminum body. Apparently he made 2 aluminum cars, and I'm told Jay Leno owns the other one. One of the original Bugatti Atlantics was purchased by Ralph Lauren not too long ago for $40 million. Egyptian crocodile interior. Besides automobiles, I love the memorabilia. I love engines outside the car. So here's a fully restored 1952 MG TD engine, just to give people the looks of what's under the bonnet of the car. And I think things like this sitting around in the museum add to the automobile. And like here's another engine. Not the engine from this car. This car has a proper engine in it. It's a 260 Tiger, Sunbeam Tiger. But here's the engine just like in the car. I thought it'd be nice for people to see just how much engine is in this little car. And it's almost dangerous to drive. It's so much engine for that little car. But a real collector's item. So here's 2 cars. Here's a mid-50s Maserati AG6CS that I've had built on a space frame with a proper Maserati engine, all aluminum body. One of the original cars is worth millions, but here is a beautiful recreation of the car and really a little bit more modern engine in it. Next to it is a really rare car. There's only one of these cars built. It's in a museum in France. This is a 1952 Alfa Romeo Superleggera Disco Volante Francini. Just to me, one of the most beautiful Alfa Romeos ever built. But you can't own the car because it's in a museum. So what do? If you love the car, you build one. So here we have two Healys. We have a Nash Healy with a panel craft body, which is one of the early cars. Over here we have a Healy that's an Albus Healy. This is a very rare car. This is probably a handful ever built of this particular car. But you can see the resemblance of both cars from the body and the styling that Donald Cooley did. So here's two of my favorite cars, the green one and the red one, 1933 MG K3s. These cars, back in 1933, they made 33 cars. One of them won its class at the Italian Mille Miglia. Because the English were very smart. They knew that if they won big races, it would make young people want to buy the cars. So consequently, that's why they entered these in famous races and did so well. This is a 6-cylinder car, supercharged from the front with a pre-selected gearbox, really a car ahead of its time. Another very unique, rare MG. This is a 1936, I think one of two built by Allingham. And this is a little 3-seater car. So you got the driver and the co-driver, but you can also, you've got a buddy seat back here in the back for a third person. Again, very rare car, custom built by Allingham. So I have two Mercedes in the collection. This is a 220. I had this restored in Stuttgart, actually a mile from the Mercedes factory. This is probably a 100-point car. This is the perfect car in my collection. It was done again in Stuttgart by a very famous company. The name of the color is Tobacco Brown. And then over here next to it is a Tobacco Brown 300 SL Mercedes. This was restored by Paul Russell and Company, who is the best in the world at restoring 300 SLs. This car I've been on 2 rallies, 1,000-mile rallies, never a problem. 56 Volkswagen Beetle. I'm 16 years old. I got my driver's license. Took the license in the Volkswagen. A week later, I'm driving my dad's Volkswagen and I flip it over 3 times. So obviously he grounded me for a year. So at the prime time of my life, dating-wise, I'm walking. And back in my day, if the girls, I don't care how good a football player or track star you are, they did not want to walk on the date. This is a 1952 Disco Volante, in Italian means spaceship. The original car is in the Alfa Romeo Museum, so you can't own the car. So if you love it, you want one, what do? You build. Isn't that thing something? Jaguar engine. One of the tried and proven engines of the 50s. These things just run forever. Well, I love the cars, but I love the memorabilia also, the art. The model cars from the 50s, which is kind of the era I was raised in. And every museum's got to have a Ferrari bed. Beautiful old racing trophies from drivers that are gone, whose family, I guess, died off and so forth, and ended up being sold at auction. all kind of models, glass. Beautiful emblems. Grills off the rare cars. Beautiful pedal car. Actually not a pedal car, but actually a motorized Ferrari that I found in Italy 25 years ago. Racing helmets, more badges, more art. I just love all this stuff. Wine with car emblems on it from special events and so forth. Ferrari Formula One tool kit. How about a beautiful Brooklands? Some of the things you build yourself, like here's for instance a poacher models, which are hundreds and hundreds of pieces to put together. But we built this full-size diorama of a Alfa Romeo factory garage. More very rare models. Mascots, more rare pedal cars. Lots of bronze. How about Swin bar stools? MGTD Swiss Army knives. Here's another very rare car that you can't own because it's in the Sloop Museum in France. It's a recreation of the last Bugatti built in 1957. And I just fell in love with the car, but you can't own the car because it's in a museum and never gonna be for sale. So what do? You build one. This is a very unique piece. This is from the Grand Prix of Cuba. All the signatures even have a picture of all the famous race car drivers signing it. Fidel Castro signed it, Juan Manuel Fangio, Sterling Moss, Phil Hill, Carroll Shelby, Dan Gurney. I mean, all the greats. And another small poster showing each one's different signature. This is a real collector's item. These 4 pictures were in a 1957 Playboy magazine on 1 page with an XK140, an Arnold Bristol, a Porsche Speedster, and a Gullwing. And notice how tasteful the ladies are.